Sort of doing this on the fly, so bear with me while I finish getting set up. Yeah, these are all things I would normally have sorted out before I started streaming, but let's go that way. And it looks to me on my software like I've got the color issues sorted, so it's not all washed out like it was.
Some civilians were trying to salvage artwork inside the territory. They could be in trouble. Agent, check inside the gallery. Some civilians from a nearby community were trying to salvage artwork, but True Sons might have shown up.
Hey everybody! I see there's a couple people in the chat now. Let me know how the stream looks, how the room color in my webcam looks, etc. Because I've been messing with settings on and off all day, trying to get this to look right again. It's amazing, you know, changing monitors is a little thing, but it apparently impacts the stream in a big way.
You're not with the true sons.
We were separated from Dion. He ran towards the rotunda. Please find him.
It's 2 out of 3. The last hostage made for the rotunda. Head over there and find him.
They're here for the spies! Take them out! Not so smart now!
If anyone's wondering why I'm putting a revive hive down as to proc companion, because hopefully my drone is away from me most of the time.
Object of interest detected.
Are you? Your division. Please, help me protect the statue. It has to survive all of this. The true sons will find us any second. I've had worse. Thank you. You might think that was reckless, but one day we'll all be glad we still have art from before.
Save those people, Agent. Can't say I agree with their priorities, but I have to admit, I respect what they're doing.
So to me, all the colors look accurate and good, but I'm not looking at it on a browser. So let me know if you're noticing the colors are off. And pro tip, don't inhale coffee. Ouch.
Root directory compromised.
Subroutine unlocked and synchronized. Full subroutines unlocked and synchronized. Integration complete.
Woohoo. SHD5.
Hey, agent. Take a look over here. Thanks. This haul is just what I needed. Thanks for your business.
I think I've got all the pieces I need for a Heartbreaker build if I want to go down that road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. I don't think I quite have enough funds to recalibrate everything yet, but that's better for now. So it's not going to set the world on fire by any stretch of the imagination, but it's actually not too bad of an initial skill build. It's actually got a little tiny bit of armor regen. The skills are, or the skill is not doing huge damage, but it is a tier 6. And it's doing 60,000, which is not, it's not bad. This would be hitting a lot harder if I was able to use the turret. This is going to suck when I first glance at it because nothing's re-rolled. Probably going to roll everything to chance, so that would be 1224 on top of what's already here. So that's going to be 59, if my math is right. So probably do 3 in 1, so 3 crit chance, 1 crit damage. Well, we'll see how it plays. Oh, yeah, no, I can't. Yeah.
Got new contracts, Agent.
Target is near you, Agent.
I didn't think that one all the way through. I actually want a shield and the revive hive. Yuck.
System activated.
Reposition. I'm taking you down!
like this at all. Come on, come on, come on. Awesome. Yep, I am.
I'm reloading here. Bad position.
target, Agent.
I'm gonna run drive ammo here. And my guess is there will soon be a lot of rezzed NPCs here.
Rogue sniper turret detected. Hostile sniper turret detected.
I don't like this at all.
Rogue sniper turret detected. Hostile sniper turret detected.
Medic down.
I want to ride the minigun. I'm not afraid of
Target neutralized. Good work. Cleaning up the streets one bad guy at a time. Nicely done, Sheriff.
That was a little hairier than I meant it to be, but bounties are good cash. Actually, I'd forgotten how long a grind this was.
Nice to see you, Agent. This will load up my inventory. Thanks.
Well, they're not really doing anything except pedaling. Carl, how's it going? This is an experiment, just to see if people appreciate it for what it is. I had a spare webcam, so I threw it on. But if it's unneeded or unnecessary, or people don't like it, if it's distracting, then I'll get rid of it. Mostly what I'm doing tonight is after the crashes that I had on, I guess it was last night, Thursday night, I had to redo all of my settings for both the game and my OBS and all that sort of stuff. So I did a test this morning and the color was absolutely garbage. So this is just to make sure that everything's working correctly, basically, before I start recording content again and or streaming again. So that's kind of where we're at. So yeah. And, you know, just generally running around. I'm all the way up to SHD level 6. So, you know, things are not happening fast and furious, but they are happening. But I just made the comment, and I don't know if you were in stream at that point, about how much. Yeah, I don't think people will care one way or the other either. Some people said they liked it. Some people were ambivalent. So I'll leave it for now. But what I found interesting is rewatching it. It's watching how I move the mouse is not what I thought I was doing with the mouse, which, yeah, it's still off. It's not quite. I think I'm probably going to have to put a filter on this because it's capturing what the screen is showing. And if I go into the properties, I've already got, I'm going to have to put something that I can adjust the saturation a little bit on this. So that will be my next test, basically. So from what I'm seeing, it's close, but it's a little dull. It's not quite bright enough. So I wonder if I've got a brightness filter. Just upping the saturation by 0.5 to see if that helps. And I'm upping the brightness slightly. I don't know if that's any better or not. I think that was just a tiny little bit. So I think that looks a little better. So I upped the brightness and I upped the saturation so it shouldn't look quite as gray. It's still not bright enough. Let's try that. I'm not noticing a massive difference. From my end, maybe you will. Yeah, I think it's going to be little tiny incremental differences. Better is better. But yeah, that was a full scale increase in saturation and brightness. I could certainly play with the contrast in the gamma, but that's probably enough for right excuse me, right now. All right, so I'm not actually... Yeah, that's actually done on purpose. That's a setting. The greens are... gotta find the setting. I'm running one of the colorblind modes, Tritanopia. The reason for it, and I'll have to go down to the range to show it to you, is for grenades and other things like that. This one in particular impacts the colors the least, but it makes the greens look blue or bluey. But what it does give me is if I throw a grenade, see the circles that are on the floor? It doesn't just show a red area. It actually adds all of that crosshair, if you will. And that's an in-game addition that anybody can add. It helps throwing grenades that much easier. It also warns you when you've got incoming grenades or mortars. It shows you the crosshair on the ground instead of just a vague red splotch. So that is definitely a setting that I've chosen to use. It's not for everybody, but it's in the accessibility section. And it's colorblind mode. There's a bunch of different modes, but the Tritanopia seems to impact the bulk of the colors the least. It does skew the greens slightly. So as an example, all of the Heartbreaker stuff looks blue instead of green. It might be. It might be. So I might be able to adjust the hues a little bit to adjust things back to where they should be. So what I was doing earlier, and I'm not going to, by the way, I'm not going to be on streaming for very long this evening. This is just a basically a quick test to see if everything's working correctly. And then I'm going to go spend some time with the missus this evening. So I was doing the Cindy McAllister, the bounty associated with it. The problem that I ran into was I hadn't done the missing curators mission. So I couldn't actually do this bounty. Fair enough, Carl. And thanks for the input, by the way. So we will try Heartbreaker for now. I like seeing that color.
The target is nearby.
I know what we're doing. Oh, no, absolutely, Carl. That's why, at the end of the day, that's why I do this, is I enjoy the interaction. There's nothing more boring, I think, from a content perspective, and certainly from a creator's standpoint, as a completely silent chat. want the drone. What's going on here? Better. Very lucky drop on my part.
Target spotted, Sheriff. Got the target. Nice.
Yes, sir. It is hardcore.
Identified.
Enemy engaged.
That's your target.
Gotta break back.
Hostile radio intercepted.
We need someone with programming experience at the solar farm. I'm just a drone operator. Cindy, you're not just a drone operator. You're so much more than that. At least, you could be. I see your potential. Please don't diminish your talent.
Agent, get to the solar farm. Sokolova is trying to manipulate Cindy. Flattery won't work with her. She's smarter than that. You got the target. Nice. Looks like you earned yourself another bounty. Well done.
And hey, TJ, welcome. I don't know if we've ever chatted before, so welcome to the channel. This is kind of an impromptu stream. I'm not actually planning on being on for very long, or for much longer, to be honest. I ran into some issues while I was streaming last night where my streaming software crashed, so I think I've sorted those issues out. I managed to get this to drop just before I went in to do that bounty. It was just a random street encounter with a heavy. So, yay. Got two of the best ARs in the game for various different reasons. This one I got to drop when I was at level 30 on my way up, and this one just dropped this evening. So I'm well on my way, hopefully, to putting together a couple of decent builds. But like I said, the intent of tonight was basically, yeah, I know, totally lucky. Just to make sure that everything is working as intended. Carl's been helping me out with some color correction stuff, and other than that, I have plans later or shortly to go hang out with the missus. So that one we're going to want to keep. That one we are going to want to trash. So I've got a Heartbreaker build put together. I'll show you that real quick. So turret and hive. And at some point I got a perfect damage mod tonight, which is wild. Hey, Big Bear, how's it going? Or Hoyt, sorry. It's going. Working my way through a, well, this is my hardcore character. As you can see, I'm up to SHD level 6 on, I guess it was last night. Got through the rest of Warlords of New York and finished off Keener. And then when I swapped over to my main character after I'd done that to take a break from playing this, OBS crashed. OBS is the software that I'm using for streaming. So it recorded exactly to the end of us completing Tidal Basin, and then we went to do Legendary District Union, and it crashed. I couldn't get it to restart, so we ended up doing that off camera. But today was trying to problem solve what the issue actually was, and based on what I was able to read, it was a difference in refresh rates between the two monitors that I have. So I've unified it to the same refresh rate, so that should solve that issue. But I've got a new monitor here in front of me, and with it comes a fairly washed out looking stream. So I still have to work on that. It's getting better. The big thing was the default setting in OBS was almost gray when I did a test stream this morning.
Looking for something? Thanks. This haul is just what I needed. Nice doing business with you.
So I've got this skill build put together. It's crude. It's a start, but it's very crude. So it's 3 pieces of Empress. These are all crafted, and I'll be honest, they're junk. They don't... It's nice having the crit damage because I tend to use this... Because I'm not using 2 offensive skills, I'm running a Revive Hive because it's a hardcore character. I do want the ability to shoot back. So crit damage, crit chance are great. That armor regen should actually be skill damage, but I wanted to be able to roll on kinetic momentum. So this was the best of the junk that I was able to craft. The other one that I crafted was a Hannah U for the additional skill haste. I prefer Wyvern, which I do have now, but this one leans more toward a status effect build. So I'm going to leave this one as is for now. Because it's Wyvern and it rolled with Creeping Death, so I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm just going to put probably status effect on this and call it good for now. But my preference would actually be, instead of the Hannah U single piece, would be a Wyvern piece here. 3 pieces of Empress, as I said, and then 2 pieces of Brazos, because that gives me skill haste and a skill tier from the brand set bonuses. It gives me weapon damage, crit chance, and armor, and both of them have armor. This one actually has chance and skill damage, so this one is a perfect piece. It just needs to be optimized, which will happen over time. Canadian winter colors. Actually, yeah, looking outside right now, it's not winter here yet, but fall has fallen. The leaves are probably 3/4 off the trees, and everything is starting to look very gray. The lawn is still extremely green because we had such a weird combination of rain and sun. So grass is still green, but the tree, all you're seeing is tree branches and trunks now instead of greenery. So it's starting to look quite gray. So that's the skill build in a nutshell. I'm only using the capacitor, although my D50 does have InSync on it. So that certainly does help. The intention with these 2 pieces is they're both going to end up with, that actually reminds me, I don't think I've got the cash to go buy it, but I need to buy it before the end of the week. Sorry, squirrel. The other one is a Heartbreaker build. And I just need to resave that. So I keep changing pieces on these, so. And that's going to happen an awful lot initially, so mods are going to be in the wrong spot for a long time. So 4 pieces of Heartbreaker, 1 piece of Cheska with Vigilance, and these are the best that I had for this slot. So it's a piece of Uzina. It does give me additional armor, crit chance, and headshot damage, which is imperfect. But ultimately, I think Providence are going to go in here once my character itself has more additional armor. So, and then a crafted police M4 with Optimist. This will eventually be changed out to damage to targets out of cover and then optimized, and I've got basically a perfect M4. It's just going to take some time to get it optimized where I need it to be. So those are the 2 builds that I've put together so far. I've also got an ACS-12 that I don't remember where I got it. It's completely and totally imperfect, but it's just there to proc either Strikers or Heartbreaker is all it's going to be used for now. So this will eventually get changed out to a better piece as we go along. And this is just the collection that I've gotten so far. ACS-12 Police M4, Capacitor and Elmos, the Grudge from completing Warlords, a GR9. This one will probably end up with, and I can never remember the name of that talent. It's the one where you build stacks and it eventually reloads the magazine. Steady-handed. I've got that on a status build with ongoing directive, and it's like having a the exotic LMG that you never have to reload because of the size of the magazine, yada yada yada. So it's for future plans. But I'm just running down to the campus to see if. No, I haven't gotten the Ouroboros yet, and I don't think this character is ever going to get one, because I would. How do you matchmake legendary? Because it has to be, or sorry, how do you matchmake hardcore to do a mission where there's a high probability you could get killed?
Glad to see you.
15.5, so not quite. But I definitely want this for future builds because it does have a determined, and that can be rolled off to damage to targets out of cover. So again, it's a perfect rifle. I've got until Tuesday to get it, so that's kind of a priority for the rest of the week. But yeah, that's what I've been up to. When you say you got a bad storm, rain, or do you have snow yet? I'm assuming you wouldn't have snow yet this early in the season. We've had snow around us, but not here yet. We're quite close to the Atlantic. I've done an incursion clear. I think I've done it twice, and we didn't pull the Ouroboros. None of us in the group that I was with pulled Ouroboros out of the case at the end. And then since then, I have not had a successful clear. Our clan needs it basically just needs practice. Okay, that's fair enough, Carl. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm 57, almost 58, and if I never saw a snowflake again, I'd be fine. We do as well, but because of where we are, I'm on the east coast of Canada, part of Nova Scotia, Cape Breton Island, but I'm on the eastern end of it, and the province is actually, I guess it would be more like this from your view, and I'm at this end, which would be the western end of the eastern end of the province, and it's more northerly than most of the rest of the province. So we get snow, rain, generally cold, miserable, raw, high humidity kind of winters, which it feels much colder than it actually is. Temperatures here typically range from about +5 down as low as -25 Celsius during the winter, so it can get really, really bitterly cold. But the very cold temperatures are quite rare here. Yeah, I've often joked. I used to play in a band, and I'd love to reform a punk band and call it Geezer. Unfortunately, Geezer's already taken by Geezer Butler, but it's play on words. Instead of Weezer, it would be Geezer. So, but yeah, not that I have any intention of getting back on stage at this point. It would be fun though. But that's basically it for tonight. Like I said, really didn't have any intention on streaming for long. It was mostly just to make sure that OBS is working correctly, so that when I do stream on Sunday night, it works as intended. And the intention on Sunday night is to redo, assuming that the clan is around tonight or that night, to redo the Legendary District Union. Even though we've already completed it, it was something that we'd started, and there was people that were interested in watching it. We ended up getting about a 50 minute run with one wipe. So had we not wiped, it probably would have been somewhere around a 35 minute run, 35, 40 minute run, which for us, where we're at, where we're just casual players, would have been a very, very good run. Things are starting to come together. The people that have a lot less experience playing the game everything's starting to click. Everything is starting to fall into place in terms of correct builds, good tactics. We've got a decent overall strategy, but then it comes down to the individual player tactics. So it's we're on the right path, and it's a work in progress. So with that, I'm going to sign out, and I realize that's quite a short stream, and it's just starting to get busier in the stream itself in terms of the chat, but I have plans with my missus this evening, so I'm going to log out at this point. It's Agent Meat signing off. Hope you guys all have a fantastic evening, and I will be on Sunday night for the normal, 4.5 hours-ish stream. So take care, everybody.